Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I guess also it's a Valentine's Day, so I guess happy Valentine's Day. I'm not really connecting to that idea. I believe in love in general, not just showing it once a year, but against my opinion. If you could hear me, please type OK into the questions window, and we'll start maybe in a minute or two. We'll let other people come in. Again, if you could hear me, please type OK into the questions window. Thank you, guys. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And Eric, if you could type, excuse me, if you could type C, if you could see it also, so I know that you also see the presentation. Thank you. We'll give it maybe another minute. More people, it looks like, are coming in. I know it's a special evening, very romantic. People are probably celebrating, exchanging gifts, flowers, chocolates, and so on. All right, let's start. I still didn't get the confirmation on the screen. 1 second. I'm gonna make sure it's on. Okay. What two? Okay. All right, guys. Not able. Okay, Eric, what about now? I just set it up. Do you see it now? Okay, great. Thank you very much. All right, let's start. Again, welcome everyone. It's Wednesday and we're starting our regular Wednesday webinar. Excuse me for coughing. I'm still trying to recover from this, whatever it is, virus, a cold, I don't know what it is, but it's holding on to me. Feeling much better, but still coughing. Mute myself every time I have to cough so I wouldn't bother your eardrums. Okay, so few things about myself for new people. My name is Simon Friedman. I'm a senior account manager with AvaTrade, and I've been excited about trading and trading professionally for the past 23 years plus. I started in June of 2000 as a prop trader in New York City, and I did the prop trading for about 11 years, and then I moved on to a different way of trading. Also started to mentor and educate others. And currently, I'm very happy that I have an opportunity to work with our customers at AvaTrade. What we do here, again, for new people, I'll just explain in a simple way. My idea of this webinar was to create the podium for you guys. So you come in with specific questions on specific assets. We'll discuss it, and then we'll take a look at the charts. And we'll analyze things. Again, if I know any fundamentals, I share with you. I cover a lot of markets, so I'm kind of on top of things. So if there's anything specific that I know, I'll be happy to share with you. Of course, it's a public information, public knowledge. Risk warning, you can find the full statement at avatrade.com. What we'll do here, it's just purely educational. Of course, we do not suggest any trades. It's important to understand. These are the channels of AvaTrade. You have Telegram, you have X, or former Twitter, I guess. The other day, my daughter looked at X and she asked me a question. She's 10 years old. She said, "Is this the X that used to be Twitter?" I said, "Yes." I explained it to her that Elon Musk purchased the company for $43 billion, and then he changed the logo. She said, "I like the bird much better." I told you the truth. Me too. It's kind of weird. Anyway, it's not for us to judge. If you have 43 billion, you can, I guess, do whatever you like. YouTube channel, my favorite. You can find a lot of information there, tutorials, educational material, webinars, including this one, are being recorded and uploaded to the YouTube. So if you miss the webinar, don't stress out. You can always go back and find it on YouTube and watch it whenever you'd like. Okay, and we're gonna move now to the MT4. I also have MT5 in case we need more instruments. And I think we should start again. Again, especially for new people, explain. We have up to an hour. I hope that you have a lot of questions, and we'll be going as long as the questions coming in. I do not fake them, just to keep you busy or myself. So sometimes I need to beg for questions. I don't really like that. And please do me a favor, do yourself a favor, do a favor to people that will be watching it on YouTube. Bombard me with questions, and I really hope that we'll be going for a full hour. Okay, let's start. And Eric, thank you for being a pioneer. Eric is asking the question, can we look at crude after the crude oil inventories? Here's the crude. Eric, you have an opinion on crude? You want to share your opinion with us? And again, in the audience, if you guys want to share what you think about crude oil here, type it into the questions window. I'm going to read it aloud, and then we'll discuss it in a moment. All right. I'll give it 10 seconds. Nobody's sharing their opinion, and the inventories came high, as you could see, and the news came at 3:30 p.m. GMT time. So let's see. Here we go. At 3:30, where the gap. I'll just give you the numbers. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a quick screenshot and show it to you, just to show you. Here we go. Actually, the prediction was 2.5 million barrels, and we have 12. So we have double of the previous inventory. And no wonder oil just dropped. So that's the inventories. Eric, thank you. Eric is writing in response to my question. It was going up this morning. Now it's down. So let's take a look at oil. In my weekly webinars, I do weekly kind of planning. Every Sunday, the webinar is being posted. So I was talking about the oil, and I was mentioning this level 76.50, and the reason is that I took this level right here from which we made a lower low, and that was in 2018. This is the monthly chart. So history tends to repeat itself. So you could see there were some actions here, 2011, 2012. There was a drop, we came back, and we bounced again off this resistance, came down. A lot of actions around this level. So I set up that level, and as you could see, this is back to daily chart. A lot of actions, we went lower. We came back to the level we broke. We went to 200 moving average, back below. And actually in the past week or so, we've been going higher. And maybe finally there's some tension in Middle East, kind of injected some panic because things are not being solved, unfortunately. Also, the Red Sea shipping is really being affected by the attacks of Yemen rackets and everything else. So we had a nice pop to the upside. And take a look, today we hit again exactly 200 moving average here. And those inventories created kind of a panic sell-off. Nothing too crazy, but we did drop. So the high of the day was 78.02. We're trading at 77.18. So we dropped about $1. Okay, now the question is what's next? And when we talk about oil, of course, inventories is important. What is excuse me? what it shows is actually how much we have in storage. So that's a supply side. But for coughing. But in any market, there are two sides. One is the supply, one is the demand. So on supply, now we really showed the supply is kind of a double of what was a last report. And on the demand, we should be watching a few things. We should be watching what the general market is doing, which the equity market is selling for the past few sessions, as you could see here. We are selling a little bit on the equity market. And what's also important, if not the most important lately, is the situation in China. The economy there is not doing great. We all know it. We've been selling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months straight. And this is the first month we, in the middle of February, they've been bouncing, as you could see here, right? Second week to the upside. And the same thing here, we have this magic level of 11,500 on Chinese index that we're having a hard time of breaking to the upside. Every time we pop up, we come right back. So we have to be watching that. And we have to watch both supply and demand. So now the report shows the supply is high. Now we need to see what's happening with the markets, what's happening with China, and other things. Also, there's some deals going on, mergers in oil and gas businesses. So I don't remember details, don't want to confuse you, but one of the companies is being bought for 26 billion, I believe. And it just shows that there's interest, because if the industry is not really showing any potential profits in the future, nobody would be running and buying it for 26 billion, just pure logic, right? So back to oil, let's see how we're doing. This is just the report. We did bounce off 200 moving average. If we are going lower, we're definitely going to be testing this 76.5 level, see if it becomes support, or it was just a temporary pop-up and we're going to go back down and build another resistance around it. So we'll be watching the oil. Great question, Eric. Thank you. Guys, we're doing great. We're ready for more questions. I was hoping that the questions are already waiting, but I guess I'll be, I need to beg for those. And please don't make me beg. Please, let's discuss it. You're here, let's ask questions. Let's do it for the sake of sharing and helping other people that cannot ask. Because if you're watching this on the recording, you have no chance to ask questions. So you guys are the messengers for those people. There's a lot of instruments, markets, assets that are being traded. And I'm sure you have some questions. Again, if we don't have questions, we're going to wrap it up, which is also fine. But I think it's good if we use this opportunity for answering more questions. All right? All right, guys. I'll leave it up to you. Let's wait a few seconds, and I hope the questions are coming in. Okay, no questions. Anyone? Going once? Going twice? CPI report yesterday. Right, good report. No, the truth is, I was expecting this. I'm not trying to, be a big shot or someone that knows a lot, but I was just thinking logically. There's so many reports. Just take the Red Sea issue, that the insurance of the boats went up. It took more days to ship, and the retailers are going to, going to get hit by higher prices and everything else. And there was kind of obvious that at some point the inflation or the CPI numbers are going to jump up, and that's exactly what happened. And to tell you the truth, also the market already told us that. If you take, let's take S&Ps. You see, this was the move that was yesterday after the report, but the day before, after hitting the highs, we actually rejected and we closed below the previous day session. So it's very simple. Here we go. This is the report. Market reacted to it right away. And it's already, I just want to show you something really quick, because all these reports, that's about the Fed's next decision. So here we go. This is the CME FedWatch tool. You can just Google CME FedWatch tool. You get to this website. This is live. We have 35 days, 1 hour, 42 minutes, 33 seconds, and going down till the next decision. And the next Fed's decision, it's right here on March 20th. So we have a month and 6 days. Now, take a look, compare. Before the CPI, right? So 12th of January, we had a 20% chance that the rates stay the same because everybody was saying they're going to cut in March, they're going to cut in March, all right? Take a look, January 12th, 20%. Then it jumped on February 7th to 81%. So this already tells you that there's a huge possibility that the Feds are not going to be happy with the first report on the CPI data for 2024. And it was already priced in, right? So then on the 13th, which is yesterday, it went to 91, and now we're at 90%, right? So now everybody's excited about June because if you take prediction for May, there's a 61% probability of staying the same and 35% of dropping by 25 basis points. But if you take June, here we go, there's a 50% chance that they're going to do it and only 18% chance that it's going to stay the same. So why am I showing you this? Back to our markets. So we already knew on Monday that most likely CPI is going to come. And if you take Nasdaq, it already reacted on the 12th, right here. Monday was sold, yesterday was sold, and the moment the report came in, everybody said, yeah, that's for sure that March cut is not happening, May cut is not happening, so everybody's excited now about June cut, which is possible. So that's your report on the CPI. It came higher than expected across the board. Core, not core, all the CPI numbers came higher. So the question is, what's next? They're trying to convince us that everything is good and markets are making all-time highs, but there's also smart people out there that saying that all this move, the market is really doesn't have a lot of base, and we are looking for a correction or crash or something else. So that's the beauty of trading. You always have two sides: the buyers, the sellers, the bulls, the bears. And you and I, we are just small retail traders that trying to catch a little bit of that food when the huge sharks are fighting. All right, so that's the CPI report yesterday. It was kind of priced in, and then it came. The inflation came higher than expected. So everybody was kind of thinking, yes, as Powell said in the last press conference and the interview with 60 Minutes, that they see improvement, they're very happy with it, but at the same time, they have to remain cautious. They're not going to rush into cutting, and they'll be monitoring the data. So here comes the data, which is the first data for 2024. And obviously, it's not what they wanted to see. All right. Okay, guys, we're doing okay. I still hope to get more questions. And anybody? Okay, I guess not. All right, I'm gonna go make myself some tea with honey then. Thank you for participating, guys. I'll be happy to see you next week. And also, I'm working on another webinar, which will be happening on Wednesday evening. You're welcome, Eric. Like I said, my Sunday webinar that I do, it's kind of a plan for the week. And I'm working on opening another webinar on Wednesday, probably right after this one, which kind of a midweek review of the Sunday plans and also updates on the new things that should be interesting. Okay, that's all about self-advertisement. Have a good evening, guys. Happy Valentine's Day, and we should be back, God willing, next week. All the best.